The Oxford Foundry, University of Oxford, United Kingdom, and FMDQ Private Markets Limited, a subsidiary of FMDQ Group, Africa's first vertically integrated financial market infrastructure group, have collectively launched a global partnership to accelerate the growth of Nigeria's startup ecosystem and nurture a future generation of young Nigerian business leaders in entrepreneurship through knowledge exchange and collaboration. And this is remarkable and provides an opportunity to support economic development in Nigeria. To give further perspective to this partnership, I have joining me virtually Cordy Ugoji, who's the Group Chief Operating Officer of FMDQ Group, and Ms. Anna Bakshi. She is the Executive Director of Oxford Foundry, University of Oxford, United Kingdom. Thank you, and nice to have both of you discuss this very, very interesting partnership.
Thank you for having us, Otto.
So first, let's begin with you, Cordy. Tell us just in 1 or 2 minutes about the FMDQ Private Markets Limited.
FMDQ Private Markets Limited is the newest addition to FMDQ Group. As you're aware, we have the exchange, which is FMDQ Exchange. We have FMDQ Clear, the clearinghouse, which has just received the SEC's approval to become a central counterparty, a CCP, and we have FMDQ Depository. So FMDQ Private Markets is just an avenue to bring the capital market to private companies, or private companies to capital market, to sort of bring them together to create more value for the markets. FMDQ Private Markets pretty much focuses on the full spectrum of private companies. It has a cradle board, and that is just for young startup companies, early stages, below 50 million naira setup. We have the growth board, which is for medium scale companies. And then we also have the main board, which is for larger private companies. So all of these are serviced in FMDQ Private Markets. What does FMDQ Private Markets actually do? It provides a platform that creates or brings about information, much needed information in the private market space. These private companies need access to investors. Investors need access to information to make good decisions in how they invest. And FMDQ Private Markets, through its restricted platform, is restricted to qualified institutional investors only, because we understand that they would know and understand the risks that come from such companies. And we provide that platform where they can get access to all the information required on the private companies, and then they can begin to invest in this private company. Another angle that we look at for private markets, again, is how to build these companies. If you're taking companies, looking at companies at the very early stage of their startup operationalization, you will then find out that you would need to give them some level of support. So how do we provide ancillary support to them in terms of making sure they're well structured, making sure they're well set up, and all of that? That, again, is another area that FMDQ Private Markets is working on. And just to mention before lastly, that FMDQ Private Markets received a recognition from the Central Bank of Nigeria to operate as a platform in the private market space. So again, that's a big one, because it then provides the pension fund administrators another outlet to invest in, to get securities where they can invest in, diverse securities, profitable investments that can be made in this private company. So again, that is blowing up the other space of the capital market, because there's this new avenue for private capital, for pension fund administrators to invest their funds in the private market. So that's, in a nutshell, is FMDQ Private Markets.
Thank you very much for that enlightenment on the FMDQ Private Markets Limited, Cordy. Let's go to Anna. Anna, tell us about Oxford Foundry. I know that universities are the citadel of learning, but what's Oxford Foundry about?
Yeah, sure. So the Oxford Foundry is the University of Oxford's first multidisciplinary entrepreneurship center. So we work across the arts, the sciences, so bringing together the humanities with the engineers, with the business school students and beyond. The center was set up in October 2017, so we are still quite young within the university ecosystem, but we are very much so a high growth startup, one can say, within the University of Oxford's 900-year-old institution. It was set up by Reid Hoffman, so the co-founder of LinkedIn, Biz Stone, the co-founder of Twitter, and opened by Apple CEO Tim Cook. So we have been in some incredible company, and we are very well mentored and guided by way of our strategic programs and our focus areas. On that, we have two core focus areas. One is investing in talent, and we through entrepreneurial and technology-based skills and training. So we really believe in investing in our future leaders and nurturing people that are focused on profit and purpose. And secondly, we're focused on venture acceleration. So we house our own accelerator program called Oxford Elevate, where we take in high growth startups working on everything from healthcare equity to cybersecurity, climate change, education accessibility, and beyond. And within a few short years, the 30 plus ventures we've supported are now valued in excess of 150 million. They've created over 200 jobs. So we've seen the power of bringing together multidisciplinary networks from external audiences. So whether that be globally leading entrepreneurs, globally leading venture capitalists, academics, across public and private sector in delivering world-class entrepreneurial training and venture acceleration and support. And through that, of course, I'm sure there'll be a follow-on question just now. We've developed or been very interested in leveraging these networks that we hold and reviewing how we can best share them with institutions, countries, ecosystems worldwide.
Yes, and staying with you, Anna, you talked about leveraging partnerships with institutions. So tell us about this first global partnership with FMDQ Private Markets Limited. What informed this decision? Yeah,
of course. Well, there's a few elements here. First and foremost, for us, Africa as a continent is the future. It's something that we passionately believe in. It's something that we've wanted to create a programmatic partnership like this pretty much since the first 2 months of opening the center. And for us, again, looking at Nigeria specifically, it's going to have a larger population than the United States of America by 2050. So the entrepreneurial talent and the opportunity across the country is huge. Now that coupled with obviously ensuring that we have an exceptionally credible partner, a partner that we are very inspired from, a partner that we can learn from and co-create and collaborate with. We were really lucky that Arunma Ote, so Arunma, as I'm sure yourselves know, is also an academic scholar at the business school at the University of Oxford now. And I've been having several discussions with her over the year or so about building such a partnership, and she kindly connected us to FMDQ. And from there, we both have shared values, shared vision, shared mission to really leverage on entrepreneurship by investing in the future generation of leaders and the future generation of businesses and really accelerating them to deliver mass social and economic impact through jobs and everything else and beyond. So that's where the partnership came from, and we're really looking forward to delivering on it together this year, and of course hopefully scaling it in future years as well.
Interesting story, Anna. I can remember when FMDQ was birthed. That was when Arunma Ote was the Director General of the Security Exchange Commission. We were there to capture that moment, and today seeing how it has evolved. It's really interesting. Yes, it's really interesting to see how FMDQ has evolved. Yes.
100%. I think for us, it's such an entrepreneurial and innovative organization, right? Like yes. Cody was just saying just now, like they've done so much in such a short space of time, and they're constantly innovating. And for us, that fast-paced nature, that desire to just keep generating impact and to lift people up with themselves has been what's really kind of motivated us to work with FMDQ as our first partner. And we're incredibly grateful to have this opportunity to build this relationship together moving forward.
And for Cody, why was Oxford Foundry your partner of choice? I know Anna has shared some very great connecting points, but for you, what informed this partnership from your part?
Thank you, Anna, for your kind words first. Otto, why not Oxford Foundry? You can tell, I mean, she just spoke about 900 years of institutional history. She spoke about the founders of Oxford Foundry. She spoke about what they've done, in the past, just under 4 years since they started. I mean, they have an incredible history. They have an incredible background, the networks, and all that we need to make this program successful. We saw this in Oxford Foundry. We feel they're a credible partner, and we feel that, like as Anna said, we have that shared vision to achieve this. This is something that we're doing not for business gains or anything like that, but just to empower empower the next set of businesses coming up, because we see this as the future. We see this as one of the ways to alleviate poverty. We see this as one of the ways to create employment for Nigerians. I wanted to make sure we did it right. So when Ms. Ote made the connection with introduction to Oxford Foundry, we jumped at it because we saw a credible partner who would walk us through this journey. They've done this several times before successfully. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We don't want to have to fumble through this whole process. And we thought, why not work with a trusted partner that can guide us along the way, and all for the benefit of Nigeria and Nigerians.
Yeah, very, very interesting to take note of. Now, let's get to know more about these bespoke programs. I'm also interested under this partnership. Let me begin with you, Anna. What are the opportunities? And then after Anna, Cody can also give her perspective.
Yeah, so there's a few key elements of this program, and I just want to kind of assert the fact that it's really been a co-created initiative. So we've been going back and forth. We've had several discussions to really think about what could add value, because this is less so the Foundry coming to Nigeria as opposed to more of a marriage as to how we see it. And with this kind of new marriage that we're embarking on, it's got a few key elements. So first and foremost, we have a young entrepreneurial leaders program where we'll be taking on young people. They could be change makers, they could be working in a charity, an NGO, a think tank on policy, or even be entrepreneurs in working in finance, whatever it is, through a 1-year training program around leadership and entrepreneurship, whether they want to become leaders in, I don't know, FTSE 250 companies, or whether they want to build their own businesses. So that's one key element of the program. And that's done through core curriculum that we've created. And as Cody mentioned, we've actually got a lot of experience. Of course, the curriculum is going to be tailored collectively to said audience, but we've done such fellowship beforehand. So that will be the key primary thing on the Young Leaders program, and it will be for over a year. Secondly, we have created a bespoke mini accelerator program, which will serve as the FMDQ Oxford Foundry Startup Bootcamp. This is the first time we've ever done anything like this. It will be intensive, and we'll be taking on a group of high growth startups, again, working across some really high potential areas or high growth industries, whether that be in green tech or healthcare and beyond. And we'll be accelerating them through this 2-week process. That will be giving them everything from, as I said, like mentors, experts in residence, again, just kind of going a core curriculum over the course of a few weeks, as well as introducing them to potential funders, whether that be through venture capital, angel investment, and other alternative routes as well. And then thirdly, we will be building knowledge exchange and the sharing of best practice between angel investor communities within the UK that the Foundry has access to, because we work with many, many angel investors, and that of the community of angel investors in Nigeria, the FMDQ work with and have access to. And that will be to not only share knowledge and exchange best practice, but also hopefully our ambition is to unlock vital capital. So actually encourage and empower and give access and knowledge to UK-based angels or European-based angel investors on the talent within Nigeria and the opportunity of investment within said high growth startups across Nigeria. And similarly, given the more earlier entrepreneurial ecosystem when it comes to newer angel investing within Nigeria, we hope that there's key lessons and learnings that we can provide through our more experienced angels within our own networks.
And for you, Cody?
The program is focused on 3 key areas, which is described pretty much. We have upskill, we have grow, and we have accelerate. And for the upskill, we're looking at the training of at least 20 young Nigerian aspiring young business leaders, giving them entrepreneurial leadership program that she spoke about, and, helping them to develop as they become business leaders. The second is grow, which is to promote the knowledge exchange that we've spoken about, shared best practices, and work with these entrepreneurs on building businesses that are sustainable. And the third is accelerate, which is the program she's also spoken about, the Startup Bootcamp, which would help scale up and transform these young businesses. So that's really the focus of this program. It will be implemented over a 1-year period. But just to add that, because this is something that FMDQ Private Markets as well has been dreaming of since its inception, we also have a program called Scale, which is a startup accelerator program as well, which will continue after this 1-year period. So we're going to take all the learnings that we can get from this program, from this pilot program, and we're going to continue to invest in Nigerians, young businesses in Nigerians, to encourage them and to facilitate growth over the period. So the FMDQ Private Market Scale program would continue in the short to medium term after the program between the Oxford and FMDQ Private Markets have kicked off. So that will be the program in a nutshell.
Yes, and Cody, in briefly, who will benefit from this partnership? Is it only entrepreneurs, and how can they participate?
Okay, so young Nigerians or young residents of Nigeria who want to build businesses, who want to start up businesses, who want to create, legacies, because that's where they start from, would benefit from this. We're looking at, so it says only entrepreneurs. We're looking at those who, that new sector of, or new space where we can create from scratch. So we don't want to, we have businesses that are already growing and established, and great, we'll support them in so many other ways, but we think that we need to nurture young businesses, entrepreneurs, startups, and give them the push, give them the support, give them the mentorship, give them the structure and everything that they need to attract capital, which would then help them grow and develop. So this would be the group of people that will benefit from this program across Nigeria. Towards the end of the year, we would have our call for applications and would open this up, to all who qualify. We would build up to that period with advertisements, with more discussions like this, and just create that awareness so that we have a good crop of people apply for this program, because we think it will be beneficial to them. So we will make announcements as we go along, and our websites, both the FMDQ websites and the Oxford Foundry websites, will provide information on this. Our social media handles as well will provide information on this. Our social media handle is @FMDQ Group, and our website is www.fmdqgroup.com. And I will provide Oxford Foundries so that they can reach out and just keep a tab on what is happening within this program.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Cody. This is progress from our last conversation last year on what's happening in the FMDQ private markets. So it's a significant leap, and kudos to the team. And to Anna, this is a good way of expanding the UK-Nigeria strategic relationship. Oxford Foundry from University of Oxford, on the other hand, and of course, FMDQ private markets from Nigeria. I feel that's a very good one. So we hope that this partnership will really support economic development in Nigeria and also help, like Cody said, lift many from poverty and also create job opportunities and expand businesses to become global, like we've seen, like the man who opened your foundry, Anna, Tim Cook of Apple. Thank you for this conversation, and we hope to have you discuss further in the future around this partnership.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We're so committed to this partnership, so I hope that we can report back in a year with some really exciting kind of stories and hard impact on showing the value that the program has generated over the course of the next 12 months.
We definitely look forward to that.
Yes, and to all our viewers, you can follow it www.proshareng.com, our website. We carried up this story around the partnership between Oxford Foundry and FMDQ Private Markets Limited. Follow us on our website and you check out that story and interesting things that are happening. Thank you very much, Cody Ogoji, Group Chief Operating Officer, FMDQ Group, for this conversation. And of course, thanks to Anna Bakshi. Thank you very much, from the Oxford Foundry, University of Oxford, United Kingdom.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.